concept that we're trying to promote is basically, we're trying to stay passive. We really don't want to add, everyone has enough redundancy built into your track unit. You have the power, the PSs, and the backup generators running all your power to the servers. So we don't want to add another AC system. We don't want to add another fan-assisted system. You already have enough cooling into your track units, typically, and more so. Usually it's over 2 to 3 times of what your actual heat load is. But if it's ducted correctly, then you can actually gain that efficiency and then start maybe even turning down. We've seen some CFP models where they actually turned off 2 crack units completely and gained cooling because of how it was managed and ducted and properly managed that way, rather than having short circuits and heat recirculation. It's atrocious of methodology out there.
For the cold aisle, I noticed that our cabinets are pretty set far apart from the rows.
In the cold aisle?
Yeah, what do you recommend as far as in the cold aisle, how much space for the cold doors? We have the slide out servers, so how much space is good, so they're not too far apart, so that we're not cooling the whole room, trying to get that air in front to get some through.
Well, if you can, if it's, let's see, what, 4 feet or maybe...
Yeah, they're the standard 4 cut.
2 tiles?
Raised tile type of...
Keep going.
Like that.
And this is actually, yeah, just 2 tiles. So that's actually probably closer together than what you have.
It's a lot closer.
Okay, you're half probably 6 feet, or you really don't want to actually, depends. What we see is people don't want to actually have cabinet overlying the floor top. You know, if the cabinet was here, and I can't access, I can't lift that tile. So a lot of people want to just going by these because they can put each one in front of the cabinet. On a 6-foot wide or something wider, depending, you can get a variable perf tile. You can have the 2 of them right where you need it. Split that instead of like one right in the center of the aisle.
Right.
That's your worst case scenario because it's too far away. And what happens is it's getting, depending, well, no, I'm not getting enough cooling, so I start turning up the crack unit, fans and everything else, so getting a lot of pressure and the velocity coming out of the center aisle, perf tile, which is corner capacitor. It's missing. It's not even going into your mesh doors. So bring that closer to each one. Either get a half CFM perf tile and split it and get it right into front of the enclosure. That way, where you're walking in the center is actually solid. Yeah, it's really, not that hard, but there are a lot of people promoting all kinds of different things that it's really just simple concepts that will gain you 80%. And the last 20% of tweaking is cost, and you have to actually change it. Within the crack units themselves, there's multiple. I don't want to get into it, thinking I know about the crack units so much, but all the different economizers, what you can do with the cooling on top of the building, you can turn it off, start using where you're at, if the temperature outside is whatever, you can bring it back in and turn your crack units down. So there's all kinds of different ways that way. I don't want to talk about that too much. I don't know that much about it. But within this one as well, it has the overhead, and this one has the ducting chimneys. You can see they actually took each drop ceiling tile and trimmed around each chimney. Now this was a custom build pipe chimney, and everything is actually coming, all the heat return is coming to the drop ceiling.
That's not connected to the duct.
No, it is not. The drop ceiling is the whole return of that. Yeah, exactly.
So you have a cold aisle back of that, right?
Well, those grates, I mean, they're not a full perf tile. Those are just actually just heating grates. And that's just to cool the room. That room is in the 70s.
You got a portable air conditioner in the back.
Yeah, it's under construction. Visual pictures. Sorry. So that's
you're feeding the cold from underneath that?
yes, the cold. This is, go back 2 slides. Those pictures was that. Okay. There are no levelers, there are no casters. The cabinet is sealed right to the raised floor.
seals the race for?
Just-
What's
yeah.
directing the air up into that, into the front of that bracket?
The three lines up.
Not sure.
It's a 2U piece of equipment that actually seals. This is our product. There's many different products that do the same thing out there. This actually works as, say, like a Delphi blower. You guys familiar with that? Have you seen any advertisement? Basically, just underneath the enclosure, there is a cutout per tile of X and Y dimension. It is actually pressurized underneath this piece of 2U equipment and redirects it to the front of the equipment. So the air coming up is directly underneath the server enclosure, the server equipment, pardon me. And then it's actually literally makes a left and right turn and comes up the front of the equipment. So you have to set back the rails about 6 inches and create your own cold column of air getting pushed up. Now you're bringing the cold aisle into the cab, into that front of the cab. Well, this actually plate right here is adjustable, so I can vary my opening and maintain the pressure.
Can we get part numbers for that?
Certainly. Do that guy. We'll take care of that.
Yeah, we'll get into relative.
Actually, we'll get a list and we'll be able to either send this on as well. Certainly.
For something like that, you have to have your cables coming from overhead, right? You don't have-
No, you still have access out the rear end enclosure. This only goes back so far. So you still have your full access power coming up through the rear as well. It does not seal the whole cabin. It only seals where you need it.
So how deep would that be then?
This is 29 inches deep. Typically where the rails are, 6 and 29, what we're seeing anywhere between most of the rapid rail systems with snap-in and universal mounting are 29 and a quarter.
Is that on the bottom or the top?
Just the bottom for this part. The top would be a heat exhaust ducted chip of some sort. So this actually allows you to vary your pressure and maintain your pressure throughout the whole. This is another view as well. These are all solid doors. This cabinet is 30 inches wide, 42 inches deep. And they do have brush runs going around all just the front rail.